This is Southern Cross News with Rachel Williams.
A 54-year-old man has been charged with multiple counts of arson following offences dating back to 2007. The latest charge relating to a structure fire in Geeveston in January this year, which destroyed the property. He's also been charged with attempting to dishonestly acquire a financial advantage as a result of claiming nearly $1 million in insurance. The man has been bailed to appear in the Hobart Magistrates Court next month. A taxi driver clocked doing 140 kilometres per hour on the Tasman highway is one of the more than 100 drivers detected speeding so far this long weekend. As part of Operation Crossroads, police are cracking down on poor driver behaviour. On day one, 10 people were caught drink driving, while 5 motorists returned positive drug tests.
The amount of drink drivers that we've had in the first reporting period is a little bit disappointing, and in fact the stats are higher for this reporting period this time last year.
A Launceston woman has lost her licence for 2 years after recording an alcohol reading 3 times the legal limit. The operation continues all weekend. Thousands of Tasmanians have marked Good Friday, reflecting on the meaning of Easter at churches across the state. Religious leaders using recent tragedies to help spread the message of hope and forgiveness.
Reenacting the moment Jesus died on the cross. Thousands gathering at Good Friday services across the state. Those at the Catholic Church of the Apostles joining in the Last Supper and reflecting on what Easter is about.
On one level, we're simply commemorating the death of Jesus, his passion and his dying so that he rise again to bring us to life. But we're also, I think, celebrating the beauty and the goodness of humanity.
It's a time for reflection and a time of also great joy. The fact that the risen Lord is with us. So it's very special for all of us.
Today is one of the most important days on the Christian calendar, the Easter message being passed on to the next generation.
There would be no Christmas if we didn't have the resurrection, and for me, Easter is far more important than Christmas.
Anglican leaders also using recent global tragedies to remind the congregation that death is not the end.
The world's a broken place, and we've seen lots of sadness. Even just last Sunday, Christians bombed in their churches in Egypt, and Easter Sunday is the day of great hope when we remember that Jesus was raised from the dead and secures our resurrection with him.
But for some, the traditional Easter message hasn't quite sunk in.
What does Easter mean to you all?
Monica Dadson at Southern Cross News.
Thousands of Tasmanian children are most likely experiencing a sugar high tonight, but it's all in the name of charity. The annual Good Friday Easter egg hunt raising almost $20,000 for the Royal Hobart Hospital Research Foundation.
Kids searching high and low for their share of chocolate treats. The Royal Botanical Gardens covered with tens of thousands of eggs, creating quite the excitement.
I would dive into wherever I would want and grab about 2 handfuls and shove them in my bag.
And how many Easter eggs do you think you've got in there?
About 350.
Over 3,000 people gathered for the annual festivities with something on offer for the whole family. But behind the day was a serious side, the event aiming to raise much needed funds for local medical research.
Tasmania has a really sad health status in a lot of areas, so it's really important to be able to raise funds to investigate those further.
Dr Nicole Bai is a grant recipient and relies on the funds to further her research into traumatic brain injuries.
There's an estimated cost of $4.8 million per lifetime per patient after traumatic brain injury. So anything we can do to help diminish the effect of the trauma will help both the patient, their families and the community.
Meanwhile, the tradition of eating fish on Good Friday is still alive, with local fish and chip shops reeling in the rewards.
We were really busy yesterday, so we did almost a month's worth of sales in one day yesterday.
Happy Easter!
Alexandra Sykes, Southern Cross News.
TSL and Hobart City Demons and Tigers have fought out a thriller at the Twin Ovals, the hosts victorious by just 4 points. Meanwhile, North Launceston and Burnie won their respective Good Friday derbies. West Park the scene of the first coastal derby of the year, and it was Burnie getting the jump, the Dockers booting 7 goals to 3 in the first term. But it was Devonport's turn to use the strong breeze in the second. They did so with aplomb, booting the next 5 goals to go in all square at half-time. Burnie would claim coastal bragging rights though, Blair Rubach booting 4 goals, but it was the club's leaders that stood up.
Really proud of the young boys and especially our statesmen for standing up, Nick and Harry and John and Macca and all the boys, Rudy, so it was terrific. Yeah.
Windsor Park saw the Northern Derby between North Launceston and Launceston. Jay Blackberry and Taylor Whitford celebrating milestone games for their respective teams, but it was Tom Couch who had the biggest say. The Bombers playing coach bagged 5 goals, as did forward Zach Burt, as the Bombers routed their crosstown rivals by 85 points. 4 goals from Sonny Whiting, not enough for the Blues. A 4-goal game from Brad Cox-Goodger, earning him the Adam Sanders medal for best on ground.
We know they're a side that likes to use the footy. They don't like just to cough it up. So we thought if we got in their face, we can cause some turnovers, and that's what we did.
While at Twin Ovals, the youthful Tigers fought out a 4-quarter arm wrestle with the equally young Hobart City Demons. A tight and tough contest in windy conditions saw only 6 goals kicked at half-time. In the end, it was Tigers hanging on, winners by just 4 points. They go to 2-1 for the season. Ariana Titmus is being touted the new rising star of Australian swimming after taking out 2 titles and blowing her competition out of the water at the National Championships. The former Tasmanian turned Queenslander is now bound for the world titles and says her young age won't be holding her back.
Daily 4:40 wake-ups and 5 hours in the pool don't seem nearly as bad when some of your swimming dreams have just come true.
My dad takes me to training every morning, still can't drive by myself.
But the 16-year-old has proven she has a drive to win.
4:04.82, what a time! Smashes her personal best and just a second and a half outside the Australian record.
This week, Ariane Titmus smashed 2 personal bests, earning herself 2 Australian titles and a nation of new fans.
Her performances were way beyond what we expected, and we're just delighted.
The Year 11 student strategy, go hard from start to finish.
I've taught myself not to be afraid to be out in front of the older girls. Someone like Katie Ledecky, who's the best in the world, that is what she does and that's worked for her. So I just wanted to see how that would go this week, and it went pretty well.
Now she'll have the chance to race her idol at the World Swimming Championships in Budapest in July. Her elated family is behind her all the way, along, of course, with her coach.
Well, was that Dean Boxall the coach, or is that Matthew McConaughey who's just dropped in out of nowhere?
Well, I'm really excited. I've never been to Europe before, but it's not a holiday. I'm there to race.
Commonwealth trials are next year. Ariane will be 19 come Tokyo in 2020.
I think I'm ready for what's to come.
Amy Cure has formed part of the women's team pursuit team that claimed silver overnight at the UCI World Track Championships in Hong Kong. Teamed up with Ashley Ankudinoff, Rebecca Wyasak and Alex Manley, the foursome finished behind the United States in 4 minutes and 19 seconds. New Zealand edged out Italy for the bronze.
Good evening. Partly cloudy conditions around the state today. Hobart reached a top of 17 degrees. Launceston, the state's high of 19. It was 18 in Burnie and 17 in Devonport. Lowhead, Wynyard, St Helens and Friendly Beaches all reached 18 degrees. It was 17 at King Island, Flinders Island and Ouse, 16 at Strawn, Grove and Maria Island, and after an overnight low of 0, there was a top of 9 at Lyowini. From the satellite, we can see some low-level cloud along the south coast of the mainland, caused by southerly winds. A mid-level trough has patchy cloud over WA, with the remainder of the mainland mostly cloud-free. On the close-up, broken low cloud about the west and south, with scattered cloud over the rest of the state. Taking a look at tomorrow now, a high is centred over Victoria with a ridge extending south over Tasmania. There's a trough lying over inland New South Wales and Queensland and a front over the Southern Ocean. Southwesterly winds 10 to 20 knots, tending west to northwesterly in the west and south, and variable to 10 knots in the north and east throughout the day. Swells to 3.5 metres in the west and south. Partly cloudy in Hobart tomorrow, a top of 18, 15 for Medina, Oatlands 16. Launceston becoming cloudy, 18 degrees, partly cloudy for Devonport 17, 11 for Lyoini. Burnie, Strawn and Marrawar all 16 degrees. 17 for St Helens, partly cloudy and some sun for Swansea and Orford. Taking a look ahead at Sunday now, mostly fine with some rain in the west and possible morning showers for the far south and northeast. Monday, fine apart from some showers about the southwest. And Tuesday, possible morning showers in the southwest but fine for the rest of the state. Around the country tomorrow, partly cloudy for Perth and Brisbane, both 27 degrees. A possible shower for Sydney, 23. Adelaide, 24, mostly sunny. And a partly cloudy 20 degrees for Melbourne. And right now in Hobart, it's 11 degrees, partly cloudy. Launceston, 13 and clear. Devonport, 10 and clear. That's all the weather I've got. Thanks, Rach.
Thanks for that, Britt. Well, that's Southern Cross News for this Good Friday. I look forward to your company over the rest of the Easter break. Bye for now.
Yeah, please.